Hi, and welcome to Marketing Principles Online. I'm Dr. Russ Wallers in Ball State's Department of Marketing, and I'll be your instructor for this 10-week summer term course. My office is located in the business building in WB 313. For those of you who might be on campus, feel free to drop in anytime. My phone number and email contact information is shown here, so please keep in touch throughout the term. If you have any questions about the course, or if you'd just like to talk about marketing in general, feel free to keep in touch. I've prepared this brief introductory video to touch on three issues. Number one, we'll discuss the course plan. Secondly, we'll cover some basic ground rules for the class. And finally, we'll take a look at our Blackboard site, which will be our learning platform throughout the summer. Just a quick word about marketing in general. Virtually all organizations we might consider, whether they're traditional profit-oriented corporations or also not-for-profits, are driven by three functional areas. A production and operations area that has to do with providing products and services, a finance function which has to do with making sure the working capital is in place, and finally a marketing function which has to do with moving products from the point of production to the point of use, whether we're talking about ultimate consumers or business users. All three functional areas are equally important and are synergistically related. By that I mean that any decision that we make in production or finance or marketing have an impact on the other two areas, so please keep this in mind as we go through the course. In terms of our course plan, Marketing 300 is organized on a specific timeline that will guide us through a 10-week summer semester. Each weekly learning module consists of assigned video content, reading material from our text, practice quiz material for each chapter, and some discussion issues and questions that are key to the reading material. During the course we'll have 5 exams, and at the end of the course we'll have a final exam. The text we're using for the class is entitled Basic Marketing, 19th edition by Perrault, Cannon, and McCarthy. An electronic version of this text has been bundled into the course at a significant savings via course load as part of your tuition. For those preferring a hard copy of the text, a loose-leaf printed version is also available at a nominal cost. In addition to our text, Connect, a McGraw-Hill learning platform used in this course, is also included in your tuition. We will be using Connect for taking quizzes and exams during the semester. Registration instructions for Connect will be covered later in this video. This course is an online class and as such has the potential to be somewhat faceless and impersonal. We'll try, however, to compensate for this by incorporating some discussion board content to try to engage course participants. If at any point during the term you have questions, comments, or concerns, please don't hesitate contacting me either via email or phone. I'm accessible and I'll respond to your email messages very promptly. Comments, concerns, and suggestions are always welcome. In terms of ground rules, each student is expected to thoroughly familiarize him or herself with the syllabus posted on our Blackboard site. This is very important, so please read this over. Assignments for each weekly module are clearly posted on Blackboard under the Course Content menu and also within the Schedule link. We will move at a fairly rigorous pace throughout the term. Each student is cautioned to keep current with all assignments. Deadlines for assignments in each weekly module are clearly listed and will be strictly enforced. Late work will not be accepted, so please keep up with the timeline. The grading policy can also be found in the syllabus posted on the Blackboard site. Responsible behavior is obviously the expectation, as is academic honesty, so enough said on those two issues. It is extremely important to thoroughly read the syllabus posted on your Blackboard site, so please make sure you've gone through that thoroughly. Additionally, having successfully completed an Econ prerequisite course is mandatory for enrollment in this course. So if you have any questions about that, please contact Student Services to make sure that your prerequisite has been met. If you have a disability for which some type of accommodation is needed, please make this need known. You might refer to the syllabus and the policy information found in the student handbook on this topic. At the risk of belaboring this point, deadlines for each weekly module are prominently listed in both the course content and course schedule material on Blackboard. Understanding and adherence to these deadlines is each student's responsibility. Another issue that I'd like to emphasize is to spread your work throughout the week. Please do not procrastinate and wait until the assignment deadlines are due, because that tends to put everyone in a panic mode, which is not a good idea. So, a word of the wise: if you spread your work throughout the week, you'll both learn more and you'll find that this is a much more enjoyable course. So those are basically the ground rules. So let's take a quick look at our course Blackboard site. By virtue of having enrolled in the class, you're automatically linked to the course Blackboard site. What you're looking at right now is the entry page. We're looking at the announcements page. I've put together just a quick introductory announcement, so please read through that if you would please. In the upper left-hand corner of the Blackboard site, you'll see the menu structure for the course. We'll go through these one by one to introduce the navigation scheme. I think this is fairly simple and easy to follow. The first link in the menu structure is the textbook link. If you click on this link, it will take you right to the electronic textbook. Very simple. I'm going to skip the course content from now. There's a contact link, which includes another mugshot of myself and contact information and some biographical information if that's of interest. Next link is a syllabus link. If you click on that, the course syllabus will pop up. I've included a PDF version that you can download and print if you wish to do that. And the syllabus is shown right here. We see a course description, information on the text, course prerequisites, our course objectives. There's a section on grading, which you might want to read over, grading policy, and so forth. So please make sure you've thoroughly familiarized yourself with the course syllabus. The next link down is a link called Schedule. If you click the Schedule link, that will bring up a schedule for the entire 10-week summer semester. Notice that the course is organized on the basis of 10 weekly learning modules. You'll see the first week, Module 1, week of May 11th, Module 2, week of May 18th, and so forth. Under each weekly module, you'll see a list of chapter reading assignments for that module, also some activities. In the case of Module 1, we have a couple practice quizzes over chapters 1 and 2, and also deadlines for each assignment for the week are shown very prominently. Notice in Module 2 we have our first exam covering chapters 1 through 4, and again the deadline is shown. So this information is available now, right at the beginning of the semester, so there shouldn't be any surprises. We'll scroll down, you'll see a learning module for each of the 10 weeks of the summer, and at the end there'll be a final exam. There's information on that. So make sure you're familiar with the course schedule. The next link is entitled Discussions, and what I've done is I've created a discussion question that corresponds to each learning module. These discussion questions are keyed into the material for that week, and hopefully will serve to stimulate some relevant discussion on those topics. The next link down is called Supplemental Course Material, and if you click that link, you'll find a directory called narrated lecture material, and if you open that link, you'll find some video lectures that have been prepared by our textbook publisher for each major section of the text. This is really a great learning tool. A lot of students ask for study guides. This is a great study guide if you want to look at it in that sense. So this is under the menu option called Supplemental Course Material. There's a link here on grades. We'll keep a running tally of our grades under the grade book within Blackboard. There's a link to some student services resources and so forth. So that's pretty much our menu structure. Now I skipped over the link at the top entitled Course Content. This link is where most of the action is for the class. If you click on the Course Content link, which I'll do right now, this opens a page that shows each weekly learning module and the learning module objectives for each week. Let's start with Module 1 as an example. So for Module 1, you'll see the envelope here. We'll click on Module 1, week of May 11th, and that opens up an overview, or basically a to-do list for that week. So for instance, for Module 1, the first week, we have 9 activities that you can consider as your to-do list. Some of the activities involve watching a video. There's a narrated lecture, read Chapter 1, read Chapter 2, another video clip, and a couple practice quizzes and a discussion question. So for each week there's a to-do list that's very well organized, and then underneath the to-do list are links for the activities in the to-do list. So for instance here, watch video, overview for Chapter 1, here it is. So if you click this link, it'll take you to that video content. So we have all the activity links shown here. We have a link to the quiz for Chapter 1 and a link for Quiz Chapter 2. Now, I mentioned earlier that we're using Connect as our learning platform. A subscription for Connect has been bundled into the course as part of your tuition. You need to register for Connect the first time you use Connect, and the way to do that is during the first week. Again, we're in Module 1, week of May 11th. When you get down to the quiz for Chapter 1, when you click this link, the Blackboard site will take you directly to Connect, and the Connect page will ask you for some simple registration information, and at that point you're registered to take your quizzes and exams through Connect. So throughout the semester, when you come to a quiz or an exam, proceed to those activities within Blackboard by clicking on the link, and it will take you directly to that Connect assignment. I'm going to go back to the course content link in the menu just to illustrate, and go to Learning Module 2, which is next week, week of May 18th. We'll click that link, and here we have the to-do list for Module 2, followed by links for those activities. Week 2 we see Quiz Chapter 3, Quiz Chapter 4. These are both practice quizzes, and after completing Chapter 4 we'll have an exam over the first 4 chapters. And again, you go to those activities by clicking on each of these respective links. One word about the quizzes. These are practice quizzes consisting of 20 multiple choice questions that are designed to get you ready for the exams. You may take each practice quiz 2 times. If you are not happy with your first attempt and you want to take it again, you can take any of the practice quizzes a second time, and the attempt corresponding to your last attempt goes in the grade book. One ground rule is there's a 5% penalty for taking it the second time. So if you take it the second time and get all the questions right, you're going to max out with the 95%. So that's an incentive to minimize guessing on your first attempt, and also encourage you to read the material thoroughly before you take the quizzes. So once again, you may take each quiz twice, and these are our 20-item multiple choice practice quizzes that are designed to get you ready for the exams. So in a nutshell, that's our Blackboard site. Again, I think you'll find the menu structure very simple to use. If you have any questions whatsoever, don't hesitate dropping me an email or giving me a call, and I'll respond quickly. So once again, welcome to the course, and I hope you have a very productive and fun course. This is an introductory course to marketing, and I think you'll find it very interesting and quite enjoyable. So I hope we all have a very productive summer. Thank you.